it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm coming back at you with another slime video, but today we're mixing it up a little bit and we are comparing Walmart slimes to Target slimes.
Ooh, the tea is hot!
And for today's post notification shout out, there are 5 of you guys, and the first one goes out to Cloud Cookie Dough, Angela Arnold, Unicorn Cake, Susan Slime, and Desiree Johnson. Thank you guys so much for having your post notifications on, and if you guys want to get shouted out in my next video, make sure you click the little bell after you subscribe and comment down below when you have done that. And I think that's about it for this intro, so let's just get right into the first slime review. Woo! Starting off with the Target slimes, I found this slime called Gem Putty, and it's a bright neon pink colored slime, which is so pretty. When I poked the slime, I noticed that it deflated a little bit, but there was still a good amount of slime in the container, which was nice. This slime was actually a lot stretchier than any other store-bought slimes I've purchased before. It still had the putty-like feel to it a little bit, but I was surprised at how stretchy it was, and it didn't rip when you stretched it either, which was really nice. This slime did not have a scent to it, and I just found out that you can blow bubbles with this Gem Putty, and it will grow to 20 times its original size. So I'm definitely going to have to try that out and see if it works. But overall, I thought this slime was pretty good for a store-bought slime. It's a little basic with just being the neon pink color, but I still thought it was pretty good, and I paid like $3 to $5 for this one, so I definitely thought it was a reasonable price for what I got. Moving on to this Xmas Lights Glitzy Nice Slime by Compound Kings. Wow, that is such a name. I was super excited to try this one out because it's a huge slime container, and I believe I paid under $5 for this one, so you definitely get a lot for what you pay. This is a clear slime with chunky gold, red, and green glitters in it, as well as fine gold glitters. This slime looks so pretty for a store-bought slime, and it definitely reminds me of Christmas. The texture of this one was very thick and putty-like, so it was a little bit stiff when it came to stretching, but it didn't rip when I stretched it, so that was pretty cool. This slime did not have any scent to it. I'm definitely going to do a fixing slimes video because I feel like this would have been a great slime if I added some clear hair gel to it or some clear glue, but overall I still really liked it for a store-bought slime. Next up, we have another Target slime. This slime came in a really neat container, and I believe it was supposed to replicate a mountain, which I thought is pretty cool. I believe this one was under $5 as well. So I started off by poking the slime, and I could already tell that I was not going to like this texture. It was very stiff, and it ripped apart when I tried to stretch it really slowly. The slime looks so pretty though, and I noticed how the green part stayed separate from the blue part, and whenever I tried to mix the colors together, they wouldn't mix, so that was really nice. This one was unscented as well. Appearance-wise, I love this one, but for the texture, it's definitely one of my least favorites, so I wouldn't recommend purchasing this one if you're looking for a stretchier slime texture. Next up, we have this amazing putty from the Glitter Gem collection. I think this putty was between $2 to $3, which is pretty reasonable for the amount you're getting, and with the nice container also. This is a metallic blue colored putty with pretty silver glitters in it. Most of the glitters were on the bottom of this putty, but when I started to mix it all together, it looks so pretty with the metallic shimmer and the glitters. Just like the name said, it definitely is a putty texture. It was super stiff and it did rip apart if you tried stretching it too fast or too hard. This one was unscented as well. And just like the previous slime, I love the appearance of this one, but texture-wise, this one was definitely not for me. It was just too stiff. And for the next Target slime, I found this foam figurine in the dollar section, and I actually gave these out in my slime boxes for my Christmas restocks, but I never tried it out to see how it was for $1. The packaging of this one is so cute. At first I thought this slime was going to have multiple colors in it from the penguin, but that was all part of the container, so the actual slime itself was just white. The slime was so crunchy from the foam pieces, and you get a decent amount for $1. It's unscented, and I noticed when I kept playing with it that it did feel a little bit stiff, but that's just because it's a foam texture. But I feel like it could have maybe used a little bit more glue to make the slime stretchier, but the fact that it's $1 is pretty crazy. And lastly, from Target, I was so curious about this because it's from Nickelodeon and it came with this tube thing that says you can blow slime bubbles with, which I thought was pretty neat. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for this one, but I think it was between $7 to $10. So it was a little bit on the pricier side, but you do get the cool tube thing and a packet of slime. It took me a while to get the slime out of the bag, but when I finally did, I noticed that this was another jiggly slime. So it kind of just falls apart when you stretch it. But I tested out the bubble blowing part and it works so good. I was really impressed with it. It took me a few tries to do it, but it's so fun when you figure it out. Oh god. And moving on to Walmart slimes, we have a bunch of food themed slimes. So starting off with this grape jelly slime, which was around $4. I love the packaging and container. It looks so realistic. The color of the slime almost looks black when it's all together, but when you stretch it out, you can see the purple color. It definitely looks like grape jelly and reminds me so much of it. I thought the scent was spot on too. It smelled just like grapes, which was really nice because I feel like it's so hard to find scented slimes in stores. And the scent wasn't too strong either. It was perfect. The texture though wasn't my favorite. It's the same jiggly slime texture that we've seen before from store-bought slimes. So I can't say that this is one of my new favorites. Next up, we have a root beer slime. Again, I love the packaging of this. It seriously looks so realistic, and the can itself feels like a real size can of soda. But the texture of this one was similar to the grape jelly slime. It doesn't really stretch that much, and it's super jiggly. It's a really dark brown color, but when you stretch it, you can see the color of the slime, and it totally reminds me of root beer. The smell was also so good. I'm not a fan of root beer, but I really like the scent. So overall, I don't like the texture, but I like the appearance of it. And here we have a rainbow sherbet ice cream slime. I loved how they packaged this slime because when I opened it, there were 3 colors in separate compartments, and the colors of this slime definitely reminded me of rainbow sherbet. But I was a little disappointed because this one wasn't scented. I can only imagine how good it would have smelled because rainbow sherbet has such a sweet scent. And if you guys are seeing dark colored chunks in this slime, it's from the root beer slime that I previously played with. It must have stuck to my hand, so sorry about that. But anyways, this one had the same jiggly texture as the previous slimes. I also noticed that the colors didn't mix together when I tried mixing it, so that was a plus. I don't know how they get that to happen, but I love it. I just wish that the texture of these slimes were different because the packaging is so amazing, but I just get disappointed when I open it because it's the same jiggly texture for all these slimes. Next up, we have this egg slime, and I was just praying that it wouldn't smell like real eggs because could you guys imagine that? Oh my god. I love eggs, but the smell of them just makes me want to gag sometimes. Luckily though, this one wasn't scented. Again, sorry I keep repeating myself, but this one also had a jiggly texture. They included a plastic yolk, but it really wasn't staying in the slime too well, and the texture also ripped apart really easily. The concept of these slimes are amazing, but the texture is just leaving me a little bit disappointed. And lastly, with the Walmart slimes, we have a mac and cheese slime, and y'all, I was so excited to open this one because I had no idea what to expect. This one was unscented, and that's probably a good thing, but the packaging of this one is incredible. They included these fake little macaroni noodles, and the slime itself really wasn't terrible. It wasn't the jiggly texture like we've seen before, but it also wasn't holding the noodles in well at all. The noodles just kept falling out, so that was disappointing. But out of the Walmart slimes I've shown for this video, the texture of this one is definitely my favorite. And that's all that I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel and watching my videos. Hope you guys are loving the slime content so far. There is so much more to come, so make sure you guys are subscribed, have your post notifications on, and stick around for some more good content coming your way. And as always, if you guys are not following me on my social media links, I have them on the screen right now, so make sure you guys check out my Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I love talking to you guys on there. I plan on having another slime shop restock soon. You guys killed it in December. We had so many slime sales, and your feedback has been so positive so far. So it's given me more motivation to keep the slime shop going, so there's going to be some more slimes on the shop very soon. Thank you so much for all the support and watching today's video. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!